think most importantly is the Baxter invested $500 million in this facility to automate and to create significant amount of resiliency. And we're going to continue to preserve this facility even further with the augmentation of our levy and how we're going to think about that in the future.
So I think your question hits the bullseye. You perhaps asked the most important thing that we have to deal with post Helene, and which is, how do you make sure something like this doesn't happen again? Where a devastating natural disaster event in one part of the country impacts not just the entire country, but the world. And that's, and in fact, I was chatting with Mr. Almeida and his team about that, because I really believe that's the question we all have to begin to answer. Fortunately or unfortunately, however way you wish to look at it, at HHS we've had to deal with this. Before this, we had to deal with a cyber attack, which caused a company, Change Health, which is owned by United Health, one of the largest companies in the world, health companies in the world, which brought down the entire, virtually the entire system that Change Health had to transact money, to make billing payments, to send out information and data on patients. Because of that attack, doctors, hospitals were not able to get paid for the services they had rendered. We were asked to step in. Just as we came and stepped in here to try to help make this flow faster, I do want to thank the Baxter team. They stepped up when it came time to ship in that product by air, which is tremendously more expensive than other forms of transport. They took care of it. We had to deal with something very similar beyond Change Health on cyber attack with infant formula, when there was a shortage of infant formula, when one of the largest manufacturers of infant formula had to go down. And all of a sudden, there wasn't enough infant formula on the shelves in our grocery stores, and parents were panicking. We had to step in again. You can't just do the things this way. Your question strikes to the heart of what's going on, which I believe is the fact that the way we store and move product around isn't going to work when you have these kinds of disasters. Just-in-time inventory management, which means that you try to stock only what you need for your existing needs and not much more, because you don't want to have to pay to store that stuff, doesn't help you if all of a sudden you can't just bring in the stuff when you need it. And that's a question that the healthcare sector is going to have to talk about, because healthcare is not a commodity. And when you need healthcare, you need it now. It's not a widget. It could be life-saving. And so what these events should teach us is that we have to all work together to make sure that as efficiently and as cost-effectively as we can, we have the services and products, medical products available for Americans, so that no one goes without when it's their time for need. And Helene taught us a lot of lessons. I hope everyone's listening and that they've heard that question that you've asked, because we have to answer that.